Hey guys, how's it going? Monday night, Monday Night Mania. I'm here. I was trying to get in touch with another streamer that was going on. Um, his name's Grinder. Um, and I will throw his name up in the link. We were having some pretty deep conversation. He actually got onto his um, he got on to do his live stream, and then me and him started getting into some pretty heavy conversation. Hello, Mr. Bill Carrar. Welcome. You were missed today. You were missed today. I enjoyed our little giggle as soon as Jody came over to say something to you, and you walked away from him, and then you and I turned around and started giggling. That was a moment of pleasure for me. Then you guys started busting my balls, which I did not appreciate. I did not appreciate that. I was like, really? You guys, I don't know, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know what happened, but I don't know. It's summertime. Relax. Be happy. um, Bill, you could actually be here because the person that I invited in here, we were coming in to talk about alcoholism and stuff like that. No pressure or anything like that, but we're just talking about the trials of withdrawal and trying to get through and etc. Things like that, if you're still there. That's pretty much what I was going through last week was I was going through withdrawals from alcohol, and that's sucked a lot. I'm specifically here because there was another streamer that I was on live with where we were talking about it, and I'm trying to get him to. Yeah. He's playing a game right now.
Okay, maybe evidence, something like that. I don't think he plumbing.
Ooh. I'm trying to get his name up to throw it across. But we're touching on alcoholism, essentially. But I do want to give him credit because he's the one that the reason that I'm going live for right now. But I just want to be able to give him credit too. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Grinder's there. Okay. Jared Talks. Wonderful to meet you tonight. Grinder. Hold on one moment and I can hit the invite link. Copy. Okay. All right, Grinder, you're there now. All right. So now I just click this, paste it. Jared, it was a pleasure seeing you today. I enjoyed your interview. All right, Jared, if you see that link that I just posted, or I mean, I'm sorry, Grinder. If you see that link that I just posted, you can click it. That'll take you to another link, and then you'll be live with me, essentially. Salted, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while, bud. Thank you for coming in. I was just on a pretty deep discussion with Grinder tonight about alcoholism and withdrawal from it, and what I've been going through, etc. You know, but he's a very interesting person as well. Grinder is a gamer. He's up in Canada, and yeah, he's a good channel. You guys should go check him out. Plays video games, but we started getting deep into life issues when we started talking, you know, and that's why I enjoyed talking with him. He's a real person, you know. I'm a real person, you know. Hey. Yeah, Salted. Salted, I like your other Father's Day video with your gun. That was awesome on your other channel. That was awesome. I like that video. That was awesome. I gave it a thumbs up. I don't know if you saw it or not, but you know. You know what? A lot of people say only this MF could be an AI. This is not a real person. I've heard that before, you know. But I do what I gotta do. Oh, wait, Grinder's in the background. All right, guys, welcome into. You ready? Hi, Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope, remember my subscribers are a little bit more wilder or a little bit more raw than yours. I apologize in advance, but thank you so much for showing up. All right, let's welcome to the stage Grinder. At the stage, come on.
Hey, everybody. Hey, chat. Okay, let me reorient my camera here.
Yeah.
I'm going to move it away. All right, that's better. Way better. Okay, I'm kidding, guys.
Grinder, nice to meet you, bud.
Glad to meet you guys, too. Hey, chat. Hey, Brandon. We were talking a lot here. And
Yeah,
Brandon
really
and I,
cool.
we're true grinders. We just can't stop talking.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I was
you guys
on
don't
Grinder's channel before my phone died. So
Yeah, he left me hanging in the sentence. It's all right.
I'm sorry about that. Phone died.
Well,
So
we're all here when we need to talk, and we just need to let things out. Either it'd be you or me. Well, you know, it was a good talk. It was a good talk.
yeah, no,
Very
we
good.
started getting into some heavy stuff, you know, which is okay. It's okay with me. My life's an open book, you know.
It's the daily grind. You know, people think that every day is easy, but when you think about it, if the day is easy because you made it easy, is the day is hard because it's fucking hard. So, but get through it. But every day can be a challenge, either to be for you or for someone. So you got to find a way to find a friend, to talk to them,
yeah,
to let things out. Sometimes you don't even need to talk to a friend, and you just talk to a friend, and it makes you feel better. So there you
no,
go.
exactly. Yeah. Just let some steam off, you know,
Yeah.
blow some steam.
Hey, Salted. Hey, Kaleidoscope. I see your chat right now. I'm going to be able to talk to them also. If you guys ever have any questions, just shoot away. Yeah, I can dodge those bullets, man. No. I won't be dodging questions though. really open. Yeah, and support. But the thing is that when you remember, when you want to support, don't go in with judgment. Respect thy neighbor, right? Respect your neighbor, whatever they might believe in. But always remember that they're a human. They got a soul, and when it comes into it, they're gonna want to have someone to talk to. I don't care who they are. So, yeah, we're in here. Florida, Canada, Egypt. I don't care where you're from. We all got the same size soul. I think it's Jim, not Jim, but the singer of Metallica that said that. We all got the same size soul. But he said it in a more like artistic and poetic way. We all got the same size soul. Yeah. So he said it like that. Let's go.
That's nice.
Yo, Britt. How you doing? Hopefully you guys don't mind that I smoke a little bit. That's one of my habits.
Oh no, I smoke and drink on mine. That's what I said. Kaleidoscope has got a
Let's go.
I just got on her first live and tonight, and she's got a more religious based, family friendly. So does Britt. So does Miss Britt Family Fun, but Miss Britt Family Fun tolerates me because I behave on her channel when I get there. But basically, it's okay because when you get to my channel, there's no rules on my channel.
Yeah, respect, right? Respect. I think with respect and help also, always try to find out if you're okay. That's a question I always ask. Are you good? And people say, yeah. But then I ask, no, okay, I asked you once. I'll ask you again. And I look at the camera and I say, are you good? And then people are going to say, yeah or no. So
yeah,
ask that question. Ask it. Just try to help one person a day. If it's your world, how are you going to make your world a better place if you don't do anything about it? Make your world a better place.
This is what sparked our conversation. Is I said, "Hey, Grinder, how you doing?" And your first sentence to me was, "Hey, how are you doing? How are you really doing?"
Yeah.
That's what you said to me. And I said, "Okay, I'll tell you." That's what started this whole conversation that we had tonight. We spoke for an hour before we got on this live,
Well, I think that if you invited me to conversations, you want to talk more. And I'm here to talk because usually I start the gaming, and I talk, and I'm funny, I'm funny. Not the best, so I try to make the best of the worst circumstances. But, having this chance to talk to you, I will take it. I will take it, and having a chance to know everyone and just trying to share a little bit of good in the world, right? Maybe not happiness and flowers and all that shit. You get to see those flowers and those good times on your own time, but just a little reminder that, with Brandon, if he's talking to me like that, it means that he's talking to you like that. And if he's talking to you like that, it means that he gets you in the soul. So I'm sure that Brandon is just like me, always offering his help to be there for you guys and take that help. Because you can just talk to someone for 5 minutes and feel way better, guys. That's what happens to me all the time. 5 minutes is all I need, man. 5 minutes is all we need. When we make real friends, guys, Britt, Kaleidoscope, Salted, I'm trying to go check you out one at a time here. See who you are, trying to spy on you. But no, make sure if you guys are mods in here, is because you have trust, right? You have trust. Yeah. I'm believing. So with that trust that, Brandon, I think Brandon likes to be there and likes to feel people, because that's one thing that's missing these days is feeling people. And Brandon likes that.
I'm a people person. Yeah. I love to talk, and I love to, I love to conversate with people and get to know people.
5 minutes can change someone's life, man.
And I never know. You know what? I don't judge anybody. I love you, Brandon. You cut up. I'm here for it. I always joke around on her channel, and she tries to be serious, and I make her laugh, and she almost spit her tea out a few times while she's trying to drink on her lives.
Did you make her the best for a lady is when you can make her laugh and pee at the same time? That's like the ultimate winner. The ultimate winner. I did make one of my we got the grinders and we got the mini grinders. All right. And what the
Mhm.
general of my mini grinder is like really my general. His official title. But I made him laugh so much once he was eating chips, and I think he told me chips came out of his nose, man. So that's a winner for me. If I can make one person giggle like that, it's like, oh my god, it's worth the whole night. It's worth the
Yeah,
whole night. So if
yeah,
you want to make
definitely.
people smile, and if you just want to make people better, I think people are in a good place with you. People are in a good place with you. No worries.
That's
I'm gonna
awesome.
check you guys out.
Well, I appreciate you coming live with me because like I said, I like to do the I can't do the chit chat. I can't type the things. I can't do that. I'm not a big typer when I want to get to know somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to feel people when the words that you see on your screen. As streamers, we see them a lot.
Yeah,
We see them a lot, but when you get to know people, okay, sometimes the words become longer, the explanations become longer, right? And the
yeah,
link becomes bigger. And that's where you get to know people with their face. And with the face, you can judge the emotions, and then you talk. Then you
yeah,
talk.
exactly.
It's a good transition. And that's what I was telling to you earlier is that what I like about YouTube, and of course there's Twitch and there's all these other platforms, but YouTube, I think there's like 6 billion. I don't know how many people on there. So if there's 0.01% chance of someone being just a bit like you, you're gonna have a lot of freaking friends. And that's
Yeah,
one thing that I'm looking for is just friends. Just
yeah,
friends. Because I want a reason to get up. Because I can sleep like I did this week for probably 4 days. And I'm only going to get up to take my meds and make my dog go out to poop and pee. Besides that, he sleeps with me. But what gets me out of that bed is the promise that I made to my friends that I would be there for them. And I feel bad and I feel culprit when I don't sit in front of my screen and I'm not there for my friends. Because that's one promise I made is I can't do anything in life, but I can sure as hell sit my ass down here for 8 to 12 hours or sometimes even more. Yeah.
is that how long you stream for a day?
That's what I try to go for, but yeah, lately the motivation has been so.
Mm-hmm.
Uh yeah, but I like to go for 8 hours minimum. Sometimes you can go to 24 hours. I did do a 7 days straight filming myself. I was actually sleeping in front of a green screen, so I was sleeping in space this one time. People were
Mm-hmm.
seeing me. In my yeah. And I don't know if your friends are like that, but they make sure to go back on your footage. Have you ever slept in front of the stream once or twice?
Oh, I've fallen asleep on a live
Yeah.
several times.
All right. So
Britt
what do
may
your
know
mods do?
the Solomon Project. There's a channel that I actually started going on lives with before I started doing my own lives, and I would just join his lives, and I would come home from the bars, and yeah, I passed out a few times on live with him.
So what do your mods and your friends do? Like they don't want to embarrass you, but they sure as hell want to laugh about you. So what my mod did is that he went through and probably like made sure as soon as I moved, he made sure to take a look. And by pure chance, like I'm a guy and I was sleeping in my jeans and shit over the blankets and all that. But I had to replace my balls, right? But I replaced
Oh
them
my
for like
God.
3 seconds too much. It was hot, and
You had to
I got a
adjust
big.
yourself. You
Anyways,
had to adjust
I won't
yourself.
say more. I won't say more, but I don't know if your friends are like that. If there's one opportunity to make you laugh about yourself, it just shows that you know people like you. If they want to make you laugh, it shows good intention. I think
Yeah.
you guys do that. You guys, you guys do that to Brandon. You clip his moments where he's either like looking at something and unplugging his nose, and you make sure to clip that.
Like I said, I've passed out on a live before, not my own, thank God, but
Oh yeah.
when I've participated in other people's lives, yeah.
Hey, listen, if you hear me talking like this smoothly to you for 12 hours, you're going to be sleeping, buddy. But the good thing is that when you wake up 8 hours after, that's one feeling that I love, everybody, is that, okay, maybe starting my stream off and I'm doing a good 7 hours, 8 hours, and then people go to bed. All right, I got to go to bed. I got work tomorrow, right? And I love these guys because they wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yo, Grinder. So I'm the last thing that they look at night, besides maybe some ladies or some guys, whatever. But the first thing that they do when they wake up, they're actually on the toilet, watching through their shorts, and they see me. I'm still on. So that's a feeling that I love, is getting that good night and good morning. That's great. How you doing, Rising Phoenix?
Phoenix, hello. Yes, I got some sun. I've been out. I'm working maintenance now, so I'm out in the sun all day.
Do you wear a hat?
So yeah, I'm getting a tan. Yeah.
Do you wear a hat?
You want to? Oh, if I pull my drawers down, you're gonna see. You'll be blinded.
Blinded by the light.
Oh yeah, it'll be a full moon out here.
You think you're white? You're in Florida. I'm Canadian here, man. It's summer here and the sun is out, and I haven't been out today, and I haven't been out in a while. But yeah, we don't have no sun here. I'm white. I'm green. I'm pink. I'm all the colors, but white. I'm all shades of white.
Yeah. I don't know. Can we see?
Oh,
can
nice.
we see the difference in the skin tone? Ooh, wait.
Oh yeah. We see it. Yeah, we see it. It's not that bad. Not that bad. It's not a mark. It's a soft transition. It's a soft transition. It's not like a mark.
Oh, I got farmer's tan big time.
I already did. Yeah, I want this here. I want to go and see your friends here. Gonna go see Rising Phoenix. My good way to say hello is
Rising Phoenix, Brit Family Fun. These are all wonderful people.
Yeah,
these are all wonderful people.
Dropping into show support.
Grinder.
Guys, I'm not asking to do the same.
Guys, Grinder is he's a gamer up from Canada, and we were talking tonight. We got into some deep things. I was talking about my alcoholism, stuff like that on his channel,
and me and my weed.
Well, my struggle to try to beat it, and I encouraged him to come in tonight, and I'm glad he did. Grinder. I appreciate you being here, man.
Always here.
This is cool.
Always here. There's a lot of things that people go through that we have to share through life. That's one thing that I wanted to ask. I don't know if you announced, the things that might be coming up, but the things that might be coming up in your life actually might be helping other people out if you're willing to share that message. Now, the messages and the lessons that you're going to learn in the next upcoming weeks, that's something that I wanted to ask you personally. If you can keep me up to date about the things that you learn that make you feel good inside, transmit that stuff over to me, because this has been part of my life for a while. And like it or not, weed has not always been legal, but I've been smoking since I've been a kid. All right. And I actually came to live here because there was less pressure on the weed.
Is it legal where you're at?
Now it is. Yeah, now it is. And it's our provincial government, the province of Quebec, that is in charge of selling us our weed in their stores. So it's officially from the government. And I just smoke.
It's not coming from the cartels.
No. Well, cartels is people that invested in government and all that. So all the stores
but
here.
My point is if they would have made it legal a long time ago, a lot of these cartels wouldn't be around, because they wouldn't be funded, because should have been legal in America a long time ago, in my opinion. But that's just people are good to it.
With legalization is, first of all, quality is good and it's semi-controlled, right? But what you find out is that there's lots of variety, and when you take it more on a personal or, let's say, spiritual level, what we can do for you, what it has done through time. Of course, if you exaggerate anything like alcohol or weed or whatever, or me, I'm smoking it every day, that's abuse. Or I know at least I'm a weedaholic. Anyways, but like I'm telling myself spiritually that what was I going to say? Shit, that happens. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
That's a side effect.
Yeah, with age too. There's a lot of reasons why I'm sitting down here, guys. And lots of people come into my channel because maybe I didn't see anything like war or anything like that, but I have seen government and civil stuff here. I don't want to say it makes me slow. Physically, it makes me slow. makes me look like a drunk sometimes, but mentally I'm all there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something about spirituality and oh yeah. Is that here at our stores, and what I find that's good about legalization is that at least if you take weed, like I take the weed that's gonna help me with my shakes, all right. That's gonna give me a little bit of anti-inflammatory because I got so many bottles of Tylenol here because that's my main painkiller because I don't want to take anything that has to do that's too addictive. Anything I do not
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I make sure to ask. I make sure to ask my doctor. I don't want anything that has because I was on something before and wasn't good. Anyways, so with weed, I'm able to get an anti-inflammatory, something that helps me with my shakes, but also something that helps me get off of my couch. All right, something that's going to make me want to do something and get off of my ass so much. So before, back in the day when the market was not regulated, you just have weed that would grow fast. That's all you'd get, right? Because all
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to make, and you didn't even know what you'd smoke. But at least with legalization, is that I can go to my store, I can ask the representative there, okay, what's new? What are your tastes? You can ask all sorts of questions that you want, and they know what their product is, and I can go in there. They know me. I already had, like, I took my medication before I went there, but it took me 45 minutes to walk. So that's when my medication started taking effect, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
got these hot flashes because of the air conditioning. And man, I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm having like, hope it's not a seizure. Hope it's not a seizure. And like, I control myself. I calm myself. They gave me a bottle of water, really cool water, but they're so professional and they want to take care of everybody so bad. And that you don't find with just a guy that's coming knocking at your door and just to hand you something and to get the
Yeah.
fuck out, you know.
Grinder, Kaleidoscope
talking
asks, what's the nature of your pain?
Oh,
If you want to share.
When you ask that, there's a flashback that comes in my mind, and it's both physical and mental at the same time. When I was young, I think that my brother my bigger brother was sort of jealous of me coming out and always had that little jealousy. Oh, we were always so competitive, but it came to a time where I was in 3rd grade and he was in 5th. And this is true, man. And I live these moments, and just to make sure, I asked my mom so many times if it was true, and she always swore, but they wanted me to place him in the same grade as him. Bump me up 2 years. And I didn't want that because the pressure that was put upon me since I was a child was so big that I always excluded that. I didn't want that sort of life. I found out that money was fake since I was young, and money bought people and money influenced people and people use money for influence. I don't like that. So I always had this stink for money since I was a child. But when I that's why I wanted to stay in 3rd grade. But when my brother found that out, he started beating the shit out of me. All right. So the first thing that came to my mind, all right, Kaleidoscope, was it Kaleidoscope you that asked that? First thing that came
Yes.
to mind, guys, is my brother. I'm laying down on the pavement. All right. In our alley, we had a basketball hoop. We were playing basketball, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but all I can remember is that he used to do this all the time, man. He used to lay me down, put me down, and put his knees on my shoulder so that his nuts would be right there. All right. And he would take my head and slam that shit on the ground.
Mm.
He was trying to make me dumber.
Yeah.
So it came a lot of years where they knew me as the giraffe. You know, they'd punch me and I'd have like all these marks, and yeah, sort of grew up with that. But it came to the time where I was able to defend myself. So once I was able to defend myself and I put my foot down, my brother never fucking touched me again. I punched him. He had braces on, and we got into an argument during a hockey game in a backyard. Hockey sticks went flying, and I threw one punch. He had braces on top and on the bottom and buck teeth. So he had a lot of teeth, man. And I just gave him one right square here. And when he came in, he was bleeding all over the place. And of course, I'm sorry that it had to come to that, but that's years of abuse coming out in one punch.
Yeah.
Putting my foot down. I had to do it. And my father was like, "What happened? What happened?" He felt bad for my brother, but he sort of felt proud for me too. Because he was
Yeah.
like, finally the moment happened. Because back in the day,
I'm sure he saw what was going on the entire time, between your brother and you.
Yeah, well, back in the day when you got bullied, you had to find you can't ask your parents or people at school, but you had to find a way to get through those bullies. But they wouldn't do anything to the bullies. The bullies, that was their job, But you don't bully to make someone dumber. And I didn't really know how that influenced my life. I worked a lot of different jobs here and there after high school. I was supposed to do something after high school, but it got canceled, and I applied for something else. And that since I was the only guy in there, it was to be a massage therapist. Since I was the only guy in that class, they can have me, right? I'd have to do massages on guys. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sounds like a wonderful class to me.
Well, I want to massage girls, man. That's what I'm good at already. I want to perfect my method. Shit. But yeah, after that, I got into security. One of my buddies was, living this big thrill, big rush. Since I was always a fighter. Once I laid my foot down, karate, taekwondo, I started doing martial arts and stuff like that. So I was pretty rough and tough, 6 foot, 180 pounds. So my buddy was working at Walmart as a store detective. And I was like, oh, damn, that's not bad. It's kind of a rush. And there was lots of stories, man. Lots of stories. Oh, my God.
Sure. I'm sure.
Oh. Anyways, got too many stories. Some which I will never tell you guys.
Fair enough.
It's been tossed a long time ago. But yeah, it got me into that. And I came over here to this place that I live right now. It's called the Valley of Gold. It's about 6 hours north of Canada. It's a different weather. It's a different mindset. It's still a little rock and roll, city-ish. There's no high-rise towers. I hate concrete places. I grew up in Ottawa all my life with those big towers and Parliament and all that shit. So all I wanted to see was nature, right? But this place is a good place.
Move out of the city and get into the nature.
Yeah, a bit more. Here, there's gold mines. Of course, they're closed and we're not supposed to go on it. But where the fuck you want us to go? There's claims everywhere. So there's trails everywhere too. So that's one thing that I do like. I do like to go and prospect for gold. That's why I got this here. Originally, I put my tool. Well, still do. I put all my tools in this vest, and I got a place that I can put an ice pack. I can put an ice pack in the back when my back hurts or equipment or shit like that. And I go looking for gold. And when I started streaming, it would give me great lumbar support with my abs. So if I'm bending over too much and my belly is on the straps, I know I'm not using my abs. So I tighten up my abs, Reminds me to put my chest out. You never know when there's a lady coming.
Yeah. They always tell us to put our belts on, and we
you
never remember that till it's too late,
Yeah. Big moment that did change my life since I was bulky. When I was in high school, I was big. I wanted to go play in Ottawa for football, but since we didn't have football, I didn't have any experience. So anyways, I was really beefed up. Every summer as a kid, I would you had back surgery? Oh my God. I would be the one to pick up the trash every summer. So it's Ottawa Super X. So this big exposition around a football field. So it would go around this big stadium. So a huge thing. But I've been doing that for I think I did it for a total 8 years. But when I was more of an adult, I had a big Camaro, an 83 Camaro. I got a picture of her right there. I had an 83 Camaro, Z28, and I was pretty big. And my best friend was one of the guys that is allowed to play as a body double for Jean-Claude Van Damme because he's a really good lookalike and he's really built like him. So I shredded all the ladies in there. But the ladies would always look at that guy. It's incredible. That Super X, there was the Ottawa Carleton Strongman competition. Uh-huh. So and there was lots of things that had to do with health and all that. and that was pretty big. But each night, we'd have to take their equipment, the chains and the balls, and we'd have to take that on the side. But there was this one pole with two motors, two 8-blocks there, not with the air intakes, but still with the cylinders in there, crankshaft, and so still all the pieces in there. I don't think they had the oil, but with a bar, and you have to put that on your shoulders and walk, right? But I was really strong, so every night I take that bar and I'd walk probably 10 feet to the fence. I'd turn around and then I'd place it. I'd make sure to turn around to show people I was strong, We would probably at the end, like the 10th night, too confident, probably overworked, not feeling as good as I should. There's this one night I brought it to the fence. I turned around, and instead of going with my legs, okay, it's a huge weight, guys, that I bent it on one side. So what do you think happened in my body, guys, right there?
You tipped.
Like something snapped in the back, and I can't tell you what happened at that time, but so, from that time on, it's been, doctors have been telling me that in French, it's entorse dorsale, dorsal, I don't know what it is. But now with time, what's gotten on is that my vertebrae have like squished. The discs are, it's like your teeth, with time they got to work their way through.
Herniated?
That's what they said at the beginning. Like it's a hernia, something like that, right? So, and I was like, damn, man. But
can I ask you a favor?
Go ahead.
I gotta piss like a racehorse. Can you
go ahead? I'll continue.
You said you could read the chat, right?
Yeah, I'll continue. Yeah, you got back surgery, lower back.
Like a minute. Thanks, bud. Be right back.
I got you, buddy. So that's what they said when I was younger. All right, but I always had this fucking pain every day of my life, man, every day of my life. And it's just a horror to have to work. And as a guy, you got to work as a guy, right? And security. Oh, yeah. I got to work in security. I done lots of jobs. I even worked as a garbage man at the back for 6 months, and fuck that shit. 22 tons a day with a back problem? Fuck that. It's going to make you a man. Fuck you. I'm not doing that. 22 tons. But, yeah, okay. Oh, people are playing PUBG. So my buddy got me to work in security, and I got to work here in Val d'Or, the city that I'm at right now. But when I was here, my buddies were like, hey, let's go to college and let's go for police officers, right? He was really like, okay, let's go law. But we were supposed to go there as a group, So they wound up that they didn't have enough credits to be able to go and attend college right away. I was able to, but instead of going into police, I went into security management. It's a 2-year college that has to do with, let's say that you open a business and you want to make sure for fire, for protection, either it be camera or whatever, everything that has to do with security. That's the sort of management that I would take care, or events and stuff like that. You're welcome, Britt. That's what family does, right? They share. And hopefully I'm sharing good with your family. From my family to yours.
Name. Are you watching? No, this is the guy.
So yeah, I went to college 2 years, and I got the notes there. But since I went there with a different mindset, and I was a little bit older, I was able to place myself with good people in there. One of my best friends, I can never thank him enough. His name is Daniel. I can't say his last name, government purposes, but his name was Daniel, just like my brother. But he was ex-military. Shaved head, and he had this big bike, like I'm talking a 1400cc big fucking machine. But he came into that class. Why? Because he's ex-military and he wanted to go more into government, right? Because that was a road to the government in Ottawa. Now, when I finished that class, guys, I don't like to brag. I'm saying stuff about my life to give you my credibility, all right? And everything I say is true, all right? I'm really trying to reveal myself. So in that class, I was able to focus. In one of the classes, it was called criminology, all right? And The teacher came in. The assignment was the end of year assignment. He came in first day, end of year assignment, and it's worth 70% of your grade, something like that. And what is crime? That was what his question. What is crime? And you take a subject, and we got people that did 5 minutes, and this is a gang. And okay, so we rented the auditorium. We spent more than 400 hours doing this research. We put on this presentation that was really fucking good, and we did it on identity theft and how can we call it in English? Theft of information for commercial, let's say. So one part personal when you steal someone's information, but on an industry or commercial side, the equivalent is having information or money stolen, stuff like that. So that's what we did. And it was so good of a presentation that our professor was a professor at the University of Ottawa, said, guys, I never, like, this is one of the stars that I have here, stars of courage that I keep here. And I'm telling you guys here, this is part of my chest. One of the proudest things in my life is that, guys, I never said that to anybody. And like, oh, fuck, what's happened? Is that I'm giving you guys 100%. On your bulletin, it's going to be written 99 because they can't put 100. But I've never had anybody do such a good presentation. That's how focused I was. I came out. I got it right here because I don't know. I got sort of this. All right. So I got my diploma here.
That's awesome, man.
And instead of having a red mark, it has a chrome mark of distinction. So I came back out in that college, and people wanted me to come for the provincial police. There was a lawyer there that wanted me to go under her wing at the University of Ottawa to be a lawyer in Ottawa. But I was stuck on my mind to come back to this little city called Val d'Or that I came to work at. Yeah. And I worked here a lot with the community. I worked with the hospitals as an officer. I worked with kids here at a detention center. So I'd say a lot of my career was, when I was arresting people or working for government, it was physical, let's say 1/10 of the time. But when I got into hospitals,
Grinder, a little on the side.
Mental hospital. Yeah. Okay, I got into hospitals, mental hospitals for security and all that. And then I got into detention here. But every day that you're going into your job, and every day it's a fight. Like that's what is really hard when you're working these types of jobs, is that even though you're making to make things better with one person, there's always somebody that's coming in with the same thing, right? Either it be death, either it be fights. Even though you're working with kids or you're working with people at the hospital and everything's making better, it's always a repeat. So it's really hard violence-wise that, you'd think that in situations in life that would be violent, you'd put your foot down and things would get better. But when you're working in hospitals and detention centers, it's always fights. So it came to a point where my body couldn't handle it anymore. Couldn't handle anymore. So you said, Kaleidoscope, earlier that you had surgery. So, and if you guys have pain, wherever your pain may be, either it be in your heart or your head or somewhere physical on your body, is that when you have to do something and you have to go home after that and you have to sleep for you have to sleep for 4 hours before you're able to do your stuff, you don't have a normal life anymore. So I've been stopped for a while here. I work for the government and I got all the black on white papers that I need. So I'm stopped here. My brain is fucked up the yin yang.
If I'm not mistaken, Canada takes care medically of their citizens a hell of a lot more than the Americas do.
Yeah. If America invades Canada, economically, it would really make sense. Patriotically, no, I don't. But if it ever happens, like, we got to sign a deal that the only reason that we accept to go is to save everybody in the United States by giving the free healthcare system that we got here. because
Yeah.
there's too many people that really fucking need it. And it's just like an old car, guys. Like your vehicle, you're the driver inside, right? Your mind is the driver, right? Just like the alien in the Will Smith movies there. You're like a little alien, but this is just like a vehicle. But if there's something wrong with it, take care of it now. All right. Because if you wait too much,
Grinder,
it's gonna provoke.
you keep sliding you keep sliding out of the screen.
Hold on, there you go.
There you are, buddy.
See, I always place the camera more on the side because look at my tooth here. Yeah, I'm missing a tooth.
These are all fake.
There you go. Oh, nice. Well, I'm losing so much, and I know that on the program that I'm on, I'm allowed teeth.
Now I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be allowed teeth. So, government does take care of me, but the government also, I'm not shy to say that I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to grind every day. I'm fully medicated, guys. They say that now I had four little things that have happened. So I got epilepsy now.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, wait a minute. You're a gamer.
Yeah.
How does that work with your gaming?
I make sure, first of all, my eyes, when they hurt, when they go side to side, I can feel it really in my eyes. When something's happening in my eyes, I feel it vibrate, and it gives me this sort of 1/4 of a second flash where I don't see anything, but I feel it in my toes. I feel it in my toes.
In other words, you can sense before you have the epileptic seizure.
I sense when I'm more vulnerable. I make sure that I'm going at least 60 frames a second on what I'm playing so that the transition is smooth. And if I'm feeling any symptoms, I should just back away. But yeah, I haven't had any.
That's, as a gamer, that's so, like, just say you got bad connection, you're doing 20 frames per second.
Yeah, I got it.
Is that gonna click you? Is that gonna cause you to?
I'm gonna be focused on more things that are not on my screen, like my Stream Deck or my keyboard. I'm gonna look at other things here. I'm gonna, That's you sort of especially flashing trees on the side when you go on the road and the sun's going down. The sun's going down, and you see the sun's hitting you on your side. You can even close your eyes if you want, but you still see the freaking flashes. I literally got to put my hand like this, guys, just to prevent that.
Okay, I understand that. I had a niece that I was driving. I got to drive 20 miles to work every day. And my niece that lives out by me, I would pick her up because she got a job as a waitress in the same club where I was at. And I would pick her up in the morning and take her to work. And when the sun was rising, and it was like right in our faces in the drive-in, because we're driving eastward, and she would start sneezing. And she said, for some reason, bright lights always make her sneeze. Yeah. And it was, I guess it's a thing, Well,
I think that's a natural reaction too, guys. I think that's a natural reaction too, because when you go outside and you see the sun, it gives you like this wanting to sneeze. And here where it happens a lot is in wintertime. In winter here, we get longer nights, shorter days, so we see less sun. But when you go out and it's really sunshine, you're like, and then you look at the sun, you're like, achoo. Or you feel it. If you feel it, you look at the sun even more. You look close to the sun, and you're gonna sneeze. And at least you sneezed and you let it out. But the bright lights might have to do with, I don't know. I think that's more of a natural reaction. And someone asked, I don't know what my friend focuses on as a gamer. I like Call of Duty. Okay. Yeah, I got this big excuse. It might take me 2 minutes, but I have always been playing Call of Duty with these guys, man, for like 15, 16 years. These are my best friends, man. This is a family of my baby's mama, anyways, that's another subject. But they've always kept me as friends and as family and as bros, right? So we've been playing together for 16 years. And one of them, by the way, my best friend didn't know that Grinder had to do with a special website in the States. So for 15 years, he's been wondering why people were doing gay jokes on me all the time. Anyways,
No. Stop. Before the title for my live tonight was let's meet Grinder. Okay? That was my title for this live that we're doing. My daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, came in the middle of the live. That's why I was doing this while I was on there. Hey, I'm on live. And she's holding the phone up. And then when I had to go pee, when you took over for a minute, she said, do you know what Grinder is? And I said, no. That's not. She's like, that's where gay people go to meet each other. I was like, oh,
what?
No, honey.
See, that's the thing is that I don't know. I tried to change the name because I had the name for a while, and I tried to do YouTube. I can show you guys something really, really funny, but it's my Christmas noob song. But back in the day, I tried to calculate, and people try to tell me I'm not true on this, but I think that I had the name before, but I have an E in my name. But just the fact that I get teased on that, it's so funny because it makes people giggle. But you can see the mature and the immature ones. So the mature ones are gonna laugh over it, and I always find a way to giggle. And sometimes I make them guess.
Your name's not just Grinder.
Am I gay? Am I bi? Am I what? You don't know. Do I? Oh no.
Well, on my channel, we don't really.
Yeah.
Either way, the point is your name is Grinder. What's the numbers on your Grinder something?
It's 819 Grinder 819.
Grinder 819. Yeah.
819. Yeah.
You're talking about grinding on games,
Yeah. So
that's the goal of the thing.
I had a link with these guys. All right. I had a big link with these guys. These guys get me to my heart. These guys are my brothers. All right. And they're on right now. Damien, Immortal. I don't want to cry too much just talking about them. But before the Corona, guys, I was basically laying on the couch for a year and a half, 2 years. Just watching YouTube on a cell phone or on TV, not doing shit.
You're talking about before the Corona.
Yeah, before Corona, maybe 2 years before. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, that's the time like I still got left in my mind here. I was stuck on the couch for 2 years, and my plan, guys, this is really sensitive. All right, I pitch a tent. Always do, man. Always do. I still do, and I think my tent is harder these days. Anyways, that's weird, right? But no, my plan was on a certain document. I wanted it to write cause malnutrition instead of cause so the way something that really affects me in life, guys, and I've always had trouble with is food. I haven't eaten I've eaten a sandwich. I've eaten 2 sandwiches if you calculate that. But I have a real hard time eating, and the way that I wanted to go was just to not eat. So for 2 years, I shrunk a lot, guys, and I wanted to go like that. But it's a
symptom of depression, though.
Yeah.
Lack of not wanting to eat. That's a symptom of depression.
No. It's more than depression. And that's the thing is that we were getting things arranged for medical. It was all on the path. I had all my documents for my x-rays that were coming with these big machines. And then my boys knew that I had a PlayStation at home, PlayStation Pro. Oh, it's got a sub. Oh, I can't see. Hey, is that Kaleidoscope? I think so. Thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for being part of the family. Let's go. Thank you. What got me into gaming, guys? I always played with these guys. I tried to, have fun on YouTube before. I love Call of Duty. And they asked me to come play.
Yeah.
All right. So there was a person that asked me to do something. They wanted me to go do something. They got me off my ass, and I did it. Kaleidoscope, we got you. Number one. Number two is that I was able to relax, and just like a hockey game. All right. I don't know what happens when I do sport. All right. But when I'm doing sport, I'm doing shit. All right. I'm locked in. All right. When I'm locked in, everything else is like getting sorted in the back of my mind in the folders that they're supposed to be. Why? Because they're up front and I'm thinking about them too much. It's causing me like too many issues, and it's overwhelming. But whoa, now I got one thing, and everything's in the back here. Everything's getting sorted in the back. So while I was gaming, this sort of thing was happening that when I was in hockey, as a goaltender back in the day, also winger, whatever.
Well, all you Canadians play hockey. It's a myth
If
from
we
America, you know.
If we want, because when you're young hockey, you get to learn the skills. But after that, guys, once you know the skills, it's about so many things. You got to be smart, fast, agile, tough. And when you see that live, these grown fucking men, you ever seen Zdeno?
Well, just like
I saw him.
well, just like everybody in America plays baseball, you know, it's the same thing. Everybody in Canada plays hockey, you know.
Baseball is more laid back. If there is one sport that I could bring it to, I'd say it would be more like soccer or football. I'd say like football, having these grown-ass men smashing into each other, and it's like a competition of manliness, but also a smartness and of being like that's why I love football.
It's a gladiator battle.
Yeah. So, but just like on your feet, if your body is going one way, you can't necessarily put your foot on the side because it's going to balance, right? So same thing when you're on skates, but when you're on skates, you're gliding on ice. So there's this sort of agileness that really comes into the feet. When someone's got good footwork and he handles the puck, you know, you feel your stick like you're looking in front here, but you're playing with the puck down there. Yeah, like we all grew up with a puck here, and it's not necessarily everybody that wants to play, but usually when there's a bunch of sticks, all the kids are going to pick up sticks and play just for fun. Just for fun. Yeah, I was going somewhere once again with this. Oh, this is...
It was just there's so many innuendos with that last
yeah. See, well, roller skate is more or less the same thing, Kaleidoscope. Is that like if your wheels are going in one direction and you can maybe take off the weight off of one foot and make 1 foot slide on the side, but you can't have traction if you're gonna. So same thing. It's more or less like following the angle on where you're taking. Like your skates go one place and your body sort of has to follow. You have to go inside. You have to bend over when you're curving a lot. I do like snowboard also. That I like. That's another thing that wrecked my brain a little. Is that when snowboard started, we started in the small hills here. I had a little snowboard for Christmas when I was young, but we started in the hills, in the ski hills, when we had to walk up the hills back in the day. Like we couldn't even buy a ticket, and when we'd buy a ticket, we were allowed to buy a ticket like anybody else, but we weren't allowed to ride until we got to a certain place where there was one. So back in the day, we didn't have any helmets.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
That hurt. Yeah.
I personally have never seen snow.
No. Well, you see,
I've seen it on TV, but I've never personally touched snow.
It's worth it. There's not I wouldn't say global warming. I'd say like the world is ever changing for the environment. So I'm going to put it like that. All right. So right now, I'd say that Ottawa and Gatineau, there's a little less snow, but where I am, it's like a border where there's still some good snow here, where you can go outside. And winter wasn't too good this winter, but you know, one winter we're gonna have snow here on Halloween. Sometimes on Halloween the streets are frozen. There's snow everywhere. Halloween, man. Like kids have their winter coats.
I see videos of people, and I understand snow. My mother's from Maine, you know.
So Maine and New York, sometimes you do see snow, But I think that it's more sort of like slushy snow. If you're gonna see snow one day, I'd say why not go to a more northern place? You know, Canada, 90% of the people live close to the border to the States, right? But once you start to go up there, that's where all the nature is. You know, like if there's one thing that the United States, okay, maybe now is different with all the fucking drones, uh, but is that there's so much territory here. And, you know, you guys think that there's a couple of thousand or a couple of hundred Bigfoots in the United States. How many think there is in Canada? We got Bigfoot on our side here, buddy. Nah, but
I just met a YouTuber that actually has Bigfoot on his channel. He says they do beef jerky testing. He's a Canadian guy.
I was listening to Joe Rogan talk about that. You know, there's lots of myths here also that have to do with that. You know, there's a lot of good legends that are here. If you know, one day if I can make a movie, I know the secret treasure. It's a legend of a secret treasure that was hidden here that no one knows what it is. And it's a secret that has been keeping from humanity. And it has, I don't know, what you want to put 2 billion on, 3 trillion. There's no price that you can put on this secret. Also, you know, I talk a lot, right? And what this is going to come up to is I'm going to give you all the truths and all the good things that have happened in my life to prove to you that the theory that I want to present to the world, and I asked if I was ever interviewed, if I could talk about this. So I'm going to talk a lot about myself, but there's one reason for this, guys.
What's
Number
that?
one, yes, you want to become friends. Come on, be friends. I got a lot of friends to present to you also. All right. I got a lot of good people in here that like to game all sorts of different games.
Are you talking to me personally?
Everybody.
Oh, I was going to say, I invited you on because we were having such a great conversation before we went on live.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted you to. I said, hey, we need to put this live, man, because we were having a good conversation. Do you agree?
I agree. What I'm feeling right now, and it's giving me chills, is that it's just giving us an opportunity. If you guys feel the love, come on in here. You're going to be well kept. Everybody's going to take real good care of you. And it's the same thing on your side, but it's not just an opportunity for you and me, all right, to meld, all right? It's an opportunity for everybody that has to do with you and everybody that has to do with me. Maybe they're not going to do all this together, right? But just the possibility that might happen, you never know. I might find my best friend inside of your channel here. You may be, you never know what can happen. So just the possibility of having your guys getting to know my guys, that is sending chills down my spine. So that's what I'm offering over here is some good friendships. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I think I'm going to be doing a lot more commentaries. Why? Because I got this big theory, guys. I'm talking about.
I still want to hear your big theory.
Yeah. I still went through a lot of things. I faced Kevin O'Leary. I humiliated him like I was talking to you earlier. I passed on season 7, episode 1 of Dragon's Den here. I faced Kevin O'Leary. I refused his deal at the end. Of course, they tried to rip me up, but I kept my solid. I didn't.
You got to explain to the guys here. That's like a Shark Tank. It's it's a Canadian version of Shark Tank.
Well, Kevin, the bald guy, Kevin, I think he's the one that took that to the United States, renamed it, right? Because Dragon's Den started in Europe and then it came to Canada, but then it changed name when it went to the United States and Kevin went there. So I think that Kevin just took the principle and just changed the name. I'm not sure, but I was able to insult him. He made me a deal, which I knew was ridiculous, but I came up with this answer is that, Kevin, I will not accept your deal because I will never have a partner that's going to make money off of the death of other people. All right. Mm-hmm. So they absolutely love that. They love my entrepreneurship, right? Even though my project didn't make any sales, it was just it wasn't even a prototype, guys. It was an idea, but I know it's an idea that can work because it actually does work right now. Anyways. They asked to come and film me. There was 2 people that they were able to film, so they actually filmed an update on me. So I was able to build instead of just talking about my model, I was able to build one, not a prototype, just a model of what my invention was. And basically, I found a way for a human to fly just like a bird does by using his own body to control himself in the sky in a whole different way. I'm a shady dude, but I swear, Solomon, that everything I'm saying is true. Everything I'm saying is true. And you want to know the worst part is that what I'm saying is true, but my theory here is that why I don't want to talk about it is because I feel a lot of pressure. I can't wait till someone says that I'm not true, but it's so much. It's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot of pressure.
Well,
Of course,
continue
I'm
with.
sus. I'm telling you guys my life story in a bubble here, but yeah, I did face Kevin. I did build my invention, and it's basically something that you put in front of you. All right, it has it's like an arm, a big chest armor. Let's say 3/4 of a foot or a foot big. All right, it has this big belly on it.
Read the comment down below. Read the comment.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Solomon. But yeah, I know that guys, I can appear shady. All right, too, because. When I like to meet people, I'm very enthusiastic. All right. That's how I like meeting people, but sometimes it can be too much. But I'm giving you guys all of that. But I got Kevin. Anyways. Okay, so it's all on your chest, guys. So you use your feet and you pop out the tail, and everything comes out like a parachute. The tail comes down. You put your feet in both sides of the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jazz. Yeah, we're talking here for one. Yeah, Jazz, I said that I'd be playing with him. Damn, I'm going to be on after this conversation, but it's going really good. Fuck. Jazz is my best friend here, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Hopefully you can see the opportunity, but we got some new friends in here. Kaleidoscope came in. We got some new friends, man. And I get to share, like, you know, that's the thing is that I'm stuck with this. I'm validating myself because I'm stuck with this secret, but it's a big burden on me. And Jazz knows it's making me crazy, guys. Look at my face, man. I can't stop picking at myself. I tattooed myself and I can't stop. I'm very anxious because it's a huge burden, guys. And
I'm here to listen. I was very interested, you know?
Yeah. Just before I get to that, one comment I can make on O'Leary. I have sent a pitch to Shark Tank that I humiliated him back in Canada here. I want to face him again, but this time the offer that I'm willing to make with him is that I'm asking anybody here $10 million for my idea, and you get it. You get it. I'm transferring everything over to you right now. Super simple. All right. If Kevin wants to buy it, it's an extra $3 million. There's reasons for that. All right. But 10 million or 13 million before I walk out the door, you know, when they say cut and I put the door out because I filmed those situations before them, it's going to take like 4 months to edit and then to put on. They can put me first on the season. I don't give a shit. But as soon as I put my foot down, I press click on my marketing campaign and I start my idea and I start making millions right there, right in front of him, just to humiliate him. But I would like to face him once again to say, listen, you have no integrity whatsoever. And if you become my partner, there's a lot of things that we're going to have to clear up, you and I and the public. Is that the whole thing that happened with FTX? All right. He was in there as an investor. He got donated some money, but he wanted to be part of the people that were in charge of investigating what happened exactly and who got blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry. He is someone that deals with money. He's not an investigator. And just that is a breach of integrity at the highest. Like, it should show his culpability right there that he wanted to manipulate. Just being there is the intention of giving some bad information to lead them off of his case, because I think that he may be up to here in that scandal. So why did he want to be part of you? Because he's mad? He doesn't have power. And then, no. He wanted to be in that panel. So I wanted to confront him on that on Shark Tank. But we'll see. That's the thing I didn't say, that I didn't leave in my audition, if you want. But they haven't reached to me again. Yeah. And that's the thing. I know that the people here know that my invention, first of all, my other invention, like I said, 25 people were dropped a thumbs like on the video when it came out. On the episode when it came out. So 8 million people saw that live. And I was super stressed, man. And I was, it's super corny, guys, super corny. But hey, I kept my cool. And I thought of my product.
You got to keep it cool no matter what. No matter what's going on.
That's why I say I didn't sweat, and they didn't want to deal with me because they already wanted something that makes money. But I saw my invention as a way to get inside of the aerospace industry. You get in at the bottom, but once you get in, you're in, buddy. So I wanted to be a businessman. So Kevin, the deal that he made is that, listen, I'm going to let you build your invention. I'm going to fly you up in the sky. But just before that, I'm going to take a $3 million insurance policy. And once you go down, you crash, you die. I'm going to give $1 million to your daughter, and I'm going to keep $2 million. That is the deal that he offered to me. And that's why I said, no, Kevin, I refuse your offer. I'll never have a partner that makes money off of the death of other people. That was such a good pin. Dragons Den love that. So that was a good experience. So I think I did not succeed at that. However, I still think that militarily, just having a gang of, just give me 6 Navy SEALs in 2 years, buddy. And I'm giving you like the new jetpack guy with these things on the arm there. That's fucking nothing. My invention. I went in talks here with the National Research Council, which has to do with the wind tunnel testing. And she couldn't wait to test my invention because for once it was something that had to do with someone that's inventing something. And it's not like the big Boeing companies and all that is renting out their space. Since there's a total amount of space for the air tunnel, aerospace industry is like everybody's allowed a little something. And I was allowed a lot of time in that wind tunnel. And I got a hold, like the project, first of all, was to be able to go in. So you put your feet inside of the tail, you put your arms in front, so you control the pitch and the yaw, the up and the down. You can have good grip, but also a tablet to show you information about altitude, your map, and all that. And so you wouldn't have your arms in the wings, but it was actually 3 by 1, I think, the measurement. So what I did is I put a plunger. All right. I put a plunger down and I found, just like a plane, where is the center? I wanted the center to be at a certain point, just like the bird that I like. Now in French, the bird that I like is called an hirondelle. All right. Super nice name in French. Hirondelle. Yeah. So I called my business in French, Les Entreprises, Mon Hirondelle. Very nice. But in English, an hirondelle is actually a swallow. So in English, my business name would have been Swallow Industries.
It's not a spit. It's a swallow.
See, so you get that little pun with the name that is kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And look at my name now, Grinder. So Swallow Industries, and my name is Grinder.
I didn't put that.
Now there's two
together, but now.
yeah. So I like to make people laugh and people feel comfortable on that. Sexuality is actually a big part of who I am or who I was. Right now, I think I'm more open and talking about it. I ain't getting it. I don't want it. There's just one girl that attracts me, but she ain't knocking on my door right now, right? No fucking way. Hey, I got, because I just got one beer left.
There's a rapper in United States, Too Short. I think it was Too Short. Get in where you fit in, you know?
Just by the way, guys, as a gamer, I saw an opportunity. I saw a new game coming out, which had a lot of blah, blah, blah on it. And maybe 6 months after it opened, I started to join in, started to get to know the people. And this is the game. And it's called Dead Drop. I don't know if that rings a bell. I don't know if Dead Drop. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the gamer called Dr. Disrespect.
I actually play games. The games that I used to play, let me rephrase that. There was a game called RimWorld. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I've rimmed a couple of worlds, but I don't know the game. No, sorry.
No, it's a game called RimWorld. Actually, 12 years ago, I think it was almost 12 years ago, I put these, they were a independent company, and I bought their prototype for like $10. Now they're
Oh, yeah.
selling for like $29.99, and now they've got like 3 DLCs, and I mean it's insane.
Did you ever try to contact them to see if they would want their prototype back? Because as someone, like I kept the model that I made. Like they asked me to build a model, and I built it, but I built it out of a stainless steel that came from a thing here for snow. So, but I built it here. But if I wouldn't have that, and somebody else would have it, if I would have grown that company to be something big, I would like to have that model. Wouldn't you want?
No, this is no. I just I just put a share into a company that was building this game, basically, essentially. And they're
So you put $10 in.
Early development, I bought their
When was
game,
that?
and that was over 10 years ago.
And where's the game at now? What happened with that?
Now the game's doing insanely well. It's an amazing game.
Are you still a part of that?
No. I purchased the game as a
Oh,
developer. I just bought a copy of the game. I'm not
you bought a copy of
game.
Okay, you bought a copy, let's say, of a developer game, or you bought a copy of the game that you could develop on.
No. That they were developing.
Okay. You got in at the beginning. Just like me,
through Steam. You know what Steam is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just like me. More or less same story.
Yeah.
So how did that finish?
That game is doing amazingly well. I mean, you can Google it. It's called RimWorld. RIM World.
Let's go.
It's I bought it when it was in its infancy. And because I thought, wow, this is an amazing concept for a game. And it's a strategy. And actually, my YouTube channel, I was like, oh, I'm going to play this game as a thing. This was 10 years ago. And still today, they just put a DLC out. They're in the process of putting another DLC out. I'm not advertising the game. I don't own any stocks in it or anything like that,
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
Grinder, I think only you and I are the guys on the stream right now. I think everybody else.
There be like right now there's one person watching me. I think it's you, and I'm watching you. So times like that, I really don't mind, because there's something that I don't stop, because I know that later on somebody else is going to be joining in.
Oh, why? Kaleidoscope says she's still here.
There you go. And honestly, by putting myself out there, sometimes either
Kaleidoscope is my newest. Kaleidoscope is my newest subscriber too. So that's crazy.
Let's go. And I like Kaleidoscope of Happiness. It just multiplies the happiness so much. You just think of normal happiness, and it's just normal happiness. But we think about your name, we think about someone that is multiplying the happiness, and that's what I've seen since I've been here. Yeah. So I think that you wear your name very well. GG's on that. GG's. Yeah.
But I was just on our live for the first time before I got with you, actually.
Echo.
Oh, Echo. Kaleidoscope would like to be called Echo. Hello, Echo. You can call me Brandon.
I'm going to have to. I always visualize, I visualize the Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Now I'm going to see the happiness echo inside of that chamber. When you see a kaleidoscope, it's like in a tube. Now I'm going to see your happiness echo. That's how I'm going to train my brain for your name. You can train your brain. It's your brain. You do what you want with it. No, but actually, since people have been talking, your brain is like a computer, and they say how much memory we can put in there and how much a cell, just a DNA, just in your DNA, how much memory you can put in that, man. So I got to thinking I can trick my brain, especially with weed. I can do that. Alcohol, I never had a tendency to drink too much. I got to say, it's always been the weed, but I can't stop the weed.
You're Canadian. Every Canadian I've ever worked with has been pretty much an alcoholic, which is funny.
Listen, I used to never drink. Never drink. And the message that I pass to my people, Kaleidoscope, I'll tell you right now. Thanks for being part of my family. Chris, you're lurking. Thanks for coming in. We're having a discussion here. Let me leave you the link where we're at, all right? This is my new friend. Well, not my new friend, is that we're making new friends. I'm going to share your link, all right?
Sure.
I'd like to present you Chris, one of the best Canadians you can ever freaking know.
Chris.
And please,
Nice to meet
please,
you.
everybody, go see. I just wrote it on. I just wrote it on my stream. I don't like writing stuff on other. May I? No, I just put. Yeah, I just invited Chris in. Chris, if you want to come in and meet people, we got a good discussion going on here, and I'm about to talk about my theory just a bit because for once, yeah, I thought that I would be gaming because that's what I said to Jazz. I'm sorry about that, Jazz. I owe you one, man. I owe you one, mon ami.
Stuff happens, man.
Yeah, but and he understands because he knows that this is stuck inside of me, and my subs know, and all my subs too. The thing is that no one has been able to disprove my theory, and I'm not. Yeah, it's sort of a challenge. I'm sort of challenging people. Yeah, you think you're smarter than me? All right, let's go. I got a theory. That's not what I'm saying. Basically, is what I'm saying is that if you got an idea, you got to put it out there, and I can't keep this secret inside if I don't let it out. Now, the thing is that I've been trying to let this secret out, but not in the best way. I haven't concentrated my time on making this high quality video. I had this idea of making a story about my dog. That's a German Shepherd named Shooter. And I had a cat before named Tiger. All right. About them going on an adventure throughout my theory, but I haven't put that video out. But tonight is going to be a chance where once the timing is right here, once the timing is right, I can actually try to show you guys.
I gotta take my
I can
whole
try to show
laptop out to go.
I got to talk to you guys about my theory. Yeah, his name is Shooter, all right, for two reasons. First of all, it's an excellent shooter name. My grandpa was in the military, all right. If you know, I did apply for the military, but when my back hurt at 19, that's when I knew my chances were done. Like morally, I would not. I knew that I could make it, but I couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? I could make it, but I'd have to get out. Like, I knew that my orientation was not military. I knew that I want to help my neighbor. That's why I worked in security here in I really liked helping people at the hospital. I worked in the mental institution here. That's why I refused to go. No. I refuse to go. Why? Because I want to make sure that I'm here for everybody, and I want to make sure that before they send me to mental institution, if I got a problem, set up. Like when you're poor, people will try to judge you and say you're crazy in a lot of ways, guys. People will try to take advantage of you for that for a lot of ways. So, and especially if you go to the hospital,
if you're rich and crazy, they just go along with you.
If people have a certain perception of you, whatever you do, whoever you are, and you go to a hospital here, they want to send you to the mental institution. Now I got this theory that we got this good mental institution that came up, but they helped so many people, but everybody's feeling too good. So they got too much room, but they got to put people in those rooms. So they got to rush people there. But listen, if I go to the hospital, I'm in total control of myself, first of all right, because I chose to be here. I know what it's like to be with a candle in the darkness, but I'm there for the people that have no light to share a spark. All right. If I tell that someone that is new, that is judging me right in front of me, oh my God, this guy's suicidal. I'm not fucking suicidal. It's not because I'm in the dark. And you're just focused on you're not focusing on my drive. You're not focusing on the last times that I went to the hospital, guys. I got a lot of issues that happened. All right. During COVID, that's when I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Okay. I got to go back. This is from my brother. They just back, and I know I stopped it yet. About gaming. What got me back and that gave me motivation is the love of my friends, because they asked me to game, have fun. They knew I wasn't feeling good, guys. They knew that I was maybe a week away. My dad, I promised my dad that I'd eat a sandwich a day and I'd eat 2 sandwiches a week, guys. I was a goner. These guys got me off of my couch. They got me moving again. But the thing is that they asked me to be there tomorrow. They gave me hope.
Yep. I feel you 100%, man.
Damien, Immortal, I don't know if these guys are listening. Wolskies. Hold on. We also got Damien's young one. Damien's son was young when we were gaming, and he was a young one just watching. Now this guy's big, man. Does he have a family? I'm not sure. Anyways, he's a big guy, man. But anyways, these guys saved my life. And
yeah,
honestly, that's what I'm doing on my channel. I'm saying sit back, relax, because your job today was to get through today. I don't fucking care how you did it. But at the time that we're now, you did it. You got to be able to know that you had the courage, the integrity, and the honor, and still a lot of love. All right, to get through the day, because a lot of people did not have the courage that you had today and that let go.
Yep.
So you were stronger than a lot of fucking people, no matter what happened today. So we're going to celebrate that fact that we're all here tonight. All right.
I'm with you, man.
And that's a great time where I say also, before people leave off, I always make sure to say, live from the 819, this is my area code. It represents a big part of the world, but it represents a lot of different communities, and everything that I have learned, it represents that if you're going to share a bit of something tomorrow, share a bit of yourself. Because if you're able to hear and to listen to what I've got to say to you, you're able to transmit that also. It is your world. It's your mind. Who knows? Maybe it's all, maybe your whole, maybe you don't know, but maybe the whole world depends on your mind. Who knows? But you got the power to change your mind. You got the power to change your world. So tomorrow, you do something good for the world. You put yourself out there, because I know you're good. And only you can change your world. That is my outro. And in the meantime, we try to have fun. Just like a hockey game, relax. While we're playing the game and we're having fun, all right, we're concentrated on one thing while everything in our mind is getting classified in the back of our mind, so that it's not always present and focus in our thoughts. Now, while I've been giving this message, guys, while I've been giving these thoughts of loves and just wanting to share a day, my best friend Eric would come in here and, he'd work under the table, and he was French and he didn't know anything about streaming or gaming. He didn't give a shit about that,
Yeah.
Wasn't his thing, I respect that, man. But, he's proud of me. And, I started with two shitty ass 2-core PCs, and I traded myself up to what I got now, still trading up to better.
Yeah.
He was proud. But the thing is that I always stopped my stream and I never talked about what I was doing here. And I was always there for him. He knew that. And he was always there for me, man.
You're a genuine guy. That's why I asked you to come up. You know what I mean? You're a real person. I don't like talking to. There's a lot of people that personify themselves, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When I talk to you, even through chat, when I first met you and was just a newcomer to your chat, we're just like, hey, you're a real guy, man. You go through stuff, and
And while I'm giving this message, guys, to you guys out there, he came here one week and he had big busted lip, man. And what's the matter? I got in a fight with my girlfriend, man. She drank too much and I didn't have more, and she headbutted him, and it was always like that, guys. It's always like that. And I told him, I swear to God, I told him, you stay here a fucking month if you have to, man. I got cameras everywhere. She ain't gonna do shit for you. I'll clean my bedroom up. I'll put some potpourri on you so it doesn't smell like my smelly socks. Because I'm single here. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But he didn't want to, man. And someone came knocking at my door this Sunday morning and said, you ever want to see Eric again? Now's your last time, man. and he was right on the corner here in the funeral home. It's literally right on the corner. 30-second walk.
Wow. Wow.
So
I'm sorry,
that
man.
and Eric used to drink, man. Eric used to drink. Like every day he'd have these peach. He'd buy the peach Smirnoff. Pretty good, man. I'd always steal a couple, and I'd be smoking. I'd help him out
Yeah.
sometimes because sometimes I'm allowed. Well, I'm allowed to make $250 on the program that I'm on. I'm allowed to make $250 maximum a month.
Uh-huh.
So but basically he helped me out in weed and shit like that, or I helped him out on his sites to secure him while he was trying to paint, upside down and shit. And the last time I saw him was in his casket, man, with his fake fucking smile and
Wow.
and his family was drunk, right? And they went over and they lifted his hands and they placed his ring on his hand, but I'm like, don't do that, man. I'm like, why, man? So
I'm sorry, man.
it's okay, because if life has shown me something, you got to give a chance. You got to give a chance, but you got to make the promise, and that's a promise that I make here on my channel today. Everybody that subscribes, Collide or Echo, I got it. I looked, but I didn't see. I reminded myself of what I saw. Right, Echo, and everybody that's coming in. It's a promise that we make here at Grinders is that I will not take my own life. You will not take your own life. If life takes you, life takes you. You've done your job. That's your fucking job, just to survive tonight. You're not allowed to take your life, man.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to cause us this fucking pain no more, man. And that's not the first friend that I lost, guys. I'm just exploding because I'm tired of fucking seeing that. And I was almost that guy, like I told you guys.
Yeah. No.
So I started gaming, and you guys know when you game, you can't just stay console, man. You got to go into PC. That's the way to go. And yeah, I started playing on PC. I could barely get 60 frames a second playing Call of Duty. Barely 60 frames a second with the PC. I was able to get.
Well, that was one of the good things with the RimWorld is it didn't take up much CPU power.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have a big PC to do that.
Well, now if you don't want a big PC, everybody can just get a console. A console, I think, is a must for any family these days. Any family these days, a console is a must. Just
Well,
like
I got
a VCR.
well, see, this is the thing. As I bought during the pandemic, all the kids. I've got 2 dogs.
Oh, I just lost connection here. Hey, you guys still hear me? Oh, hold on. Yeah, all right. Okay, so we're gonna let him come back in. I'm gonna open my Discord. He's gonna be able to communicate with me like that. But yeah, guys, I'm tired of losing friends, and with all this emotion, and as you guys can see, I talk a lot. As I was playing on PC, one of the guys that saved me, actually, Wolski's, as I named earlier, because I know I didn't miss him. He was on Twitch, and he actually does Siege. He's got a lot of freaking followers, man. Yeah, he actually shaved his eyebrows for donations or subs. I donated subs, something like that. Shaved his eyebrows. This guy giving me ideas. I started streaming, and yeah, I started putting the word out. That happened a year and a half ago. Eric happened a year and a half ago. I was talking about why I was drinking. I didn't used to drink before, but Eric used to drink. So once he passed away, I sort of thought to myself, let me put a better background here. I thought to myself, listen, alcohol has been always accepted in society. All right. So, oh yeah, let me find another picture while that one's there. Yeah, it's always been accepted through society. So why don't I drink it here and there a little bit more? There you go. I got you.
Thank you.
You're back. You're back.
Thank you for taking care of it.
Yeah, well, I know that if there would be something, you'd be able to contact me.
There,
I'd be able to send you a link back.
there was a technical difficulty.
Yeah, you were too far
You have to
from
give
the
me 1 second,
router.
though. Please.
You were too far from the router, right?
I have no clue what happened. It just froze.
Okay.
But beer has vitamin P in it, so you got to excuse me for 1 more second.
Yeah.
If you don't mind taking the reins again, Grinder.
Yeah, I'll continue. Yeah, one of the reasons, guys, why I started to drink a little bit more, I was like, why not? For some people, that's okay. That's acceptable. If you guys want to drink here and there, that's totally acceptable. Just like me, if I smoke every day, there might be an issue in back of that. If I'm dependent on something, I got to realize that there's a reason why I'm dependent on something. Just like I hope you guys realize also. Either it be sugar, caffeine, drugs, beer, alcohol, whatever. We all got our chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? We all got a chocolate milk. The thing is that we can enjoy our chocolate milk here and there, but if I drink chocolate milk too much, it's going to give me the shits. And it's the same principle with alcohol for me. And I take medication. Like I told you guys, I take medication. All right. They diagnosed me with epilepsy. And here in Quebec, the medical and the driver, it's all in the same system, right? So as soon as it was written epilepsy in my file, probably the next day they sent letters so that my driver's license has been suspended because of what my body's going through, because I'm diagnosed with epilepsy. So if I want my driver's license back, I have to find a doctor that's going to prove that I don't have epilepsy. But I'm taking epilepsy medication, and it's what my body needs. So at the time, I had a Charger 2009 Police Pack Edition. Oh, it was a nice car. I was proud of that. So I had to sell that. I've had a 27 or 37 foot motorhome also. I bought it off of a guy. There was a little fire in the fridge. Someone put a candle in the fridge and it made the fridge burn, and there was a bit of smoke, but lots of smoke inside of the cabin. So I bought it really cheap, cleaned it all up. Took me like probably a month and a half. Lots of products, lots of rags, but I cleaned it up and I resold it. I like to do that, and I got lots of stuff here. That's why I got 4 cameras there. I got 2 more cameras.
You got a sweet setup, I must say.
Well,
I'm impressed. I've got a laptop and I got my phone. That's what I've been doing. But I've only started since November, going live and doing interviews and going.
I'm going all. Listen, I know that people should not do this in my situation. However, the situation that I'm in permits me to do it. It's to go hashtag all in. I know I should do a lot more of TikToks and shorts and videos and stuff like that. I know what I got to do. I'm not doing it. The day that I'm going to be doing it, my life will change, but that's not how I want my life to change. I told you how I want my life to change. So, gaming is the best motivation.
Yeah.
I just want to find a picture here for you.
Hey,
sorry.
My nephew is very bummed out. He's an artist, and he says that art is dead because of the AI and this and that. And I there was one of the streamers that I know that makes comic books. Slim Jim Longfoot's his name. And I've actually purchased one of his things. And while I was on live with him, check this out. He did a little, let's see if I can see. Oh, upside down.
Oh, nice.
He did that drawing on live after I bought it from him, and I got the copy from Slim Jim.
What is that?
Number 1 edition. What's that?
What's that? What is it?
It's a comic book, just a comic book creator. But it was just it was a point that
my nephew thought that like AI was, or he was an artist. He was an aspiring artist, and he was so
Yeah.
bummed out because um he thought that oh, art is dead because of AI. And I'm like, no, check this guy out. He's doing. But that guy actually did a little sketch of me live, and I actually gave him props for giving me hair. On his sketch.
Well, he's presuming you had a little when you started, but now, come on. But does it have to do a bit with the sun? I told my dad something. Because he just shaved all his head. I just talked to him the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Love my dad. I always tell him I love him. I try to talk to him, but I haven't seen him in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I lost my car, right? Last time I saw him, he came to get me here, but it's like 7 hours. But he doesn't have a car anymore. And
Yeah.
complicated, man. Complicated going to see him. Fuck, I feel bad about that. But at least we talk a lot, and he shaved. And I told him, I saw him, and I think with you, did you get a lot of head burns?
What's that?
Not head burns, but how do you call it? Sunburns on your head.
Well, I wear a hat when I go out, but yeah.
Always?
No, I've been balding. I've been balding for 10 years now, at least. So I've been a bald guy, and I just went all in with it, and I'm wondering, because I wondered, I know that I genetically for my hair, I knew that I was like my father and that I was starting to thin. And I was like, okay, I'm going to keep my baseball cap for like, okay, I'm comfortable with it. This is my look. This is who I am. Yeah. And I don't like doing my hair. I just like placing all my shit in the back because I got some long shit and having the frou-frou in the back here. All right. That's who I am. But sometimes I can shave it for a good, no, just kidding. But yeah, so having the hat, and I asked my dad, I said, listen, do you think that having my hat, when I'm going to be your age, I'm going to have more hair than you, the same amount, or less? But the thing is that there's only one way that we're going to be able to ask that question. Now, I can't wait for that day. It's going to make me sad, but once that day happens, I'm going to be happy. Mm-hmm.
And I said that the only day that I'm going to be able to ask you that is once we meet in paradise, because Dad, I know you're going there. You're fucking going there like on a jet rocket. You're going there. Think. And I said, I hope to be there too, and that we're going to be able to discuss that once we're there. So just remember this moment, all right?
Yeah.
So I said that to my dad. I love his
smile. You want to know how I figured out that I was going bald? Do you have 7-Elevens in Canada, or do you know what 7-Eleven is?
Yeah. Corner store.
Hi, Tracy's. Welcome in. All right. So I was in 7-Eleven.
Hey, Tracy's. Hello.
And she's up in Canada with you too. She's a Canadian streamer as well.
Yeah, I'm in the land of the Putin, Quebec side.
So I was standing in line at the convenience store, and they have a big video camera, a big television, monitoring everybody from the back of the line. And I'm looking at the TV, and I was like, oh, look at that guy. He's got a bald spot in the back of his head. And then I went like this. Oh, shit, that's me.
It was you. Yeah.
And it was me. And I was like, oh, that was 15 years ago. So, yeah, no, I've embraced my baldness. I've got thin hair. I know. Yeah.
I think that the drawing that you just showed me, I think represents your identity a lot. And the artist was able to capture that in your drawing.
Captured it.
He captured your identity.
On live with me just a few times. I'll show it again. Just a few times. But I told him, thank you so much for giving me the hairline.
Yeah, but what I noticed the more, honestly, I didn't even remember the hair. I just remember that he got your likeness a lot.
Oh yeah.
But you got to tell yourself when you're looking at movies, historical movies and stuff like that, there's a lot of people that look like you. Lots of men go bald. So, but you do look like a traditional with the mustache there. Like you got a style. You got style, and you work with it. You work with what you got, man. You work with what you got. No one's trying to be ugly up in here,
Yeah.
Except when we feel bad. When I feel bad, man, that's what I do. I got anxiety. And by streaming, guys, it's preventing me from wrecking myself. Sometimes I can zone out for hours, guys, hours.
You get a little social interaction, and
like I scratch myself. That is a problem that I have.
It's a nervous disorder.
It's nervous and has to do with dermatology. So there's a big long name, neuroduro, right? So it's both of them. So it has to do, with me, with my anxiety, always scratching myself, always thinking that there's more pus or whatever in the back of my acne. But there is. Why? Because dermatology, on the dermatology side, I got the skin of my mom, which is like a skin that makes and here there's no sun to dry it off, right? I could go outside and have a better skin, but I stream a lot, right? And but for scarification and all that, the sun really helps and it gives you energy on the skin. But I still have acne. My mom still has acne at the age that she's at. She's like 75 right now, something like that, or maybe close to that. Hold on, just made me think. Okay, my dad's birthday is on the 18th, so it's coming up. It would happen a lot since his birthday is on the 18th of June that his birthday comes on the same day as Father's Day. So there's no better proof that I got a great dad. No better proof. Like when I said that this guy is going to he's going into the paradise on a rocket ship. He is, man. He is.
That's a good thing to know.
He's my Mother Teresa, man.
Echo, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with us. It was a pleasure to meet you. It was a pleasure to meet you tonight.
Oh, Echo, Kaleidoscope. Damn, see, that's the thing. I talked too much, and I didn't get time to talk about my theory, but
that's all right.
Thank you very much for coming in. But by coming in,
you're definitely welcome.
To my family,
welcome anytime I'm on Live Grinder.
Yeah, and like I said, for everybody that's coming in, since I stream and I get usually like a sub per day or something like that, I get the chance to know you, but I'm here for you, Kaleidoscope, and everybody that's in here. That's what not only me, but everybody that you just came in to the community is there for you also. All right. So have fun and we'll see you on the games in the chats and all that. But thanks for sharing the love and the conversations. Yeah.
So, well, but before I got cut off, I was telling you that
I do that.
So the pandemic hit and the kids had to stay home and do school from the house. So I bought 2 really cheap computers for them to do their schoolwork with, basically get on the internet, do that.
Okay.
All right. I found one
for my daughter too.
What's that?
I found one for my daughter too.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So we had Minecraft. All of us had Minecraft accounts, and we used to be able to play with different computers. All of us used to be able to play Minecraft together, which was a fun kind of family thing, when they were growing up. Well, these computers they were cheap computers, so we weren't able to do that. They weren't able to process Minecraft.
Okay.
So we get into the Roblox. I don't know nothing about Roblox.
They know that, not us.
Yeah. So they got into that and they were like, okay, just do this. And I would go in and I would just basically be the guy that would just be jumping around until he
So they did stuff for you while you explored. You were controlling the perimeter.
Oh, I don't
know how Roblox works. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter used to play Roblox also. I wish that, like, she was young and she would see me play Call of Duty and say, run. And when I kill someone, she'd go, yeah. And when I die, she'd go, oh. So she was there. I do have the memories that she was there while I was gaming. But one thing that I want to say to you and to everybody is that families that game together stay together. Like it or not, you're doing an activity together. You're cooperating together to get to a goal. Either it be fun or either it be to win. That's why I like Call of Duty, because I think it's the best game out there personally. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a great way to compete. And it's not necessarily like who gets the most kills and all that. No, it's maybe who has the best team that's most strategic. All right, you get a team of Navy SEALs that go in there and I never freaking lose, right? Because they
It's funny that you say that, because even though the RimWorld is a 1-player game, they'll sit next to me when I was playing when they were little, and now they come in and say, "Hey, can I use your computer? Can I play RimWorld on your computer?" And they'll come in and they'll start their own world. Then they're excited. Dad, come look at my base. Come look at my base. You know. And so,
have they reached the point where they're better than you?
What's that?
Have they reached the point where they're better than you at a game?
No, I've got like 3,000 hours on the game. Because, like I said, I've been playing it for 10 years, and I was part of it in its original development. You know.
What if you would both start a new game that you would both choose? All right. I don't know how old your kids are, and it's not important. Age is not important in this question. Sorry. If you would start a new game, do you think that your kids would be as good as you or even better than you at a new game?
When it comes to the strategy games, now I think I got a leg up on them when it comes to the strategy games. When it comes to the other games, even like first person shooter, like my daughter plays Fortnite. She just puts me under the ground every time I try to play with her. You know what I mean? And I try to help her as a team, but she's like, "Dad, you got killed right away." I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you play. Yeah. All right. So, and you guys is your computer good enough to play Fortnite? You got a good PC or?
Yeah.
All right. So you're able to play Call of Duty too.
On the tablet or whatever, you know.
You can play Call of Duty too. Just don't download the whole package, which is 500 gigs. I don't know, but just download the Warzone if you want it. I invite all of you, like honestly, to come and play on Warzone. Why? Because when you're going in Fortnite, first of all, like it's more cartoonish, you got to say, but the thrill of once you get into Warzone and that you start your match, you float down, you land, your heart is pumping. The first time you hear an enemy up the stairs, it's a bit lifelike. You're really in the zone here, and you're going up, and your heart is pumping a lot. But I invite you to, if you guys want to come in as a team, I would gladly take you on as noobs. Why? Because it's not about going after the kills; it's about knowing the game, right? Mm-hmm. Breaks over. Nice to see you all. Have a wonderful evening, Tracy's. Have a great night. Thank you for
have a wonderful night, and please don't forget to make that video on Arrowroot. I'm gonna tell you every time I see you.
And see, that's the thing is that I keep on talking, and people keep on leaving, and I gotta get to my theory. I gotta fucking get to that. Guys,
hey, we're gonna do that another night because I gotta get going myself.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go game, but yeah, we gotta. I gotta organize this different.
We've been on. Me and you we've been 2 hours. We've been chit chatting, which it's been a great conversation, and thank you so much.
It's my pleasure to get to talk things out. The thing is that I talk a lot.
Is there something I can call you besides Grinder?
No, my name is Alain. It's French. It's Alain, Alain. But
Alain?
There you go. And you know that A at the end, either being women or other people, it has this swing of intending to ask something. I think there's always a question after my name, like Alain, can you? Alain?
Can I call you Al?
And people have been walking. Well, Al, people don't get the jokes that I do about Al Bundy here, but I grew up Married with Children, right? I grew up with that guy. That's like my uncle, all right? Al Bundy's
but they got a song that if you be my bodyguard, you can call me Al. You know that song?
Maybe not right now.
Okay.
Sorry. But you were definitely on key.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, bud.
Yeah. Can I ask you for something? Can I ask you for something just before we go?
Of course.
And I'm gonna ask your community also, if you don't mind, because I've been trying to ask mine, and I think it's a good opportunity. You guys know I talk a lot, and I try to talk a lot. Why? To bump up my credibility. Why? Because I know that what I got is true, and if someone can just say that it's not true, okay. But I want to present you guys my theory in a great way. And if someone wants to participate to make a video out of my theory, like I said, I haven't made a good video off of that has really taken off. My channel is a gaming channel. My gaming people don't even want to see every time I make a live. Like my members, it doesn't get distributed to my members because it doesn't have to do with gaming. So anyways, if someone wants the chance to be able to record, to make a video about that, an impactful video, like I can, but we're going to have to sign things off when I talk about this because there is a chance. But who wants to take that chance? I can just talk about the theory. We can just talk all about it. But I just want to leave people know whatever they're doing, if they want to take advantage of this chance, because this news is going to get all over the freaking world.
Yeah.
This is going to be hotter than the Pope, hotter than any war. This is going to be the new. This is literally the news of humanity, not of the lifetime of years or whatever. This is the question that humanity has been asking, and I have the answer, and we're going to be able to have that chance to discuss that next time we chat.
Awesome. And I'm looking very forward to it. And getting to some other stuff that we were off camera. Because we got pretty deep before we got on the live stream. You
want to talk about that a bit? We still want to talk about it?
No, we can talk about it later. I gotta go. I gotta get up and for work in the morning. So I gotta get going. If I don't call it a night, I can be up here all night, and I've learned to control myself.
There you go. I was just gonna thank you for that. I was gonna thank you tonight. Because, like, I know that you were drinking. I have 2 beers, but I wanted to thank you tonight for that. As a friend, like we talked earlier, I was actually going to say that. I was going to thank you for, like, the control, man. Because the control gives us more clearness. There's less fuzz.
Yep.
But, there's some part of us that it's got to be in our system, but it's in our system. It's in our system.
It is.
You didn't take advantage of it.
The struggling alcoholic. It's rough. It really
I just smoked one joint. Listen. You just helped me out tonight too. You let me talk so much that, first of all, I didn't scratch my skin. You let me put thoughts out to the world. You let me know a new person here. All right. Awesome, Echo. Man. There you go. I got Echo here, and I get to talk to you guys. And I'm sorry if you guys don't like me. It happens a lot. I'm not for everybody. I'm on a different.
That's how I feel.
Different class of streamer.
Hey, you're either here, or you're not, and I don't. I am who I am, and So, some people don't like me. Hey,
So thanks for the control, and thanks for the opportunity that might come up. Why? Like I said, man, there's a lot of it's just going to take a huge weight off of my shoulders. Just to let it out to you guys, man. Okay, you do something with this, please, or help me out. You guys are going to want to share this. Like, I'm going to offer people to share, but you guys are going to want to do that. People always do it on my chat here. Share it to the people. Like, Joe Rogan needs to hear this. Like, this is going to go directly to his ears, guys. Who's going to take advantage of that? But thank you for believing in me for at least a chance to talk to you about that.
No, I love it, man.
Later on, man.
Like I said, I thank you for listening to me. Like I said, thank you for putting me on your stream. When we were over there, before this live, you had me on, and I appreciate that.
I think what you're living through, you're maybe living through some pressure, and I think maybe you feel the pressure, or I told you, or whatever. Maybe you feel the pressure too that's coming up, but I think that it's definitely a good pressure relief when you get to.
I am always what de-escalates any of my stress or any of my pressure is conversation with somebody. Like, for instance, talking with you or just having a conversation with somebody. That socializing always makes me feel better and centralizes me, Like I said, one of the worst things that I had was when my kids were asleep when I left. I come home at night, my wife's asleep, my kids are asleep, and I'm sitting at home by myself. That was like a solitary confinement. I was like,
in a bubble.
It was one of the worst
in a bubble
feelings.
Yeah. I feel that. And that feeling I got it all fucking day. When I walk outside, I'm judging. I feel like in this small bubble. But then I sit down here, I open up my shit. All right. And then I start my camera, and then I start streaming, put my things on. And then when I say hi, the bubble just goes into the world.
Yeah.
Like I am not in this little bubble anymore. I don't feel isolated. I feel open. I feel accepted and all that. So, and tonight also, like it or not, you drank less. And I smoked less. So thank you for helping me tonight. While I was able to talk, man,
we're helping each other.
Smoked, And I know that you didn't drink like you would have drank, because your speech is impeccable. Your speech is better now than when you started. I think that you were feeling more of a feeling when we started talking than when you are right now. So that's the total control.
I was definitely, I've been drinking water. I ran out of beer, so I've been drinking water. I don't want to go up to the store and get more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go to sleep now. So I don't
just find something fizzy to drink. Just anything. And remember, you can cheat. Who the hell's gonna know that you're putting, like, you're buying, next time that you buy beer, maybe do like tobacco with my hash. All right, think of Grinder. Grinder has to mix his tobacco in his hash, because he can't just smoke the hash like that in a pipe. It's too harsh. So he has to trick his brain. So if you want, as a friend, if you want, give you a little challenge here, a little personal challenge. If you want, just to try it out. Try it out for once. If you can grab a hold, don't buy it or whatever.
No, I heard your suggestion earlier.
Yeah, 50-50.
But generally with me, it's one and done. If I'm either doing it or I'm not. And tonight was one of those nights. I'm doing it. I'm not. I'm old enough to know that I'm not gonna deny it. If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And if I'm not, I'm not.
It's still called doing it because you did it a bit, but in no way did you overdo it. That's what I'm saying. Is that total?
Oh, no. I've learned I generally can keep from overdoing it.
And
unless I go, if
stop,
this is
stop
now,
feeling
wait a
ashamed.
minute.
Stop feeling ashamed. Stop feeling ashamed. We're all going through this, man. All the people that are here, we all got a chocolate milk, man. We all got chocolate milk. So don't feel bad about what you're going through. Feel proud that you're still fucking here. And that tomorrow, either you take more or you take less. We're going to think about that, and I'm going to be here.
Yeah,
I'm going to be here.
Well, I do have some things that will trigger, like if I've got a death in the family or something, or I get in a major fight with my wife, I could drink myself to where, like I said, I'm running naked in the streets, those are like triggers that can get me. I've been known to get so intoxicated that I've got no control over. I turn into like an anarchist,
Have you ever been beaten up or felt trauma?
Have I ever been beaten up?
Yeah, or felt trauma?
I used to have to fight a lot. I was a skinny kid. Yeah. Well, that's like when you were saying about that, I was like, yeah, you punch the kid with the braid, or your brother, as you were talking about. But yeah, no, I learned real quick that as soon as you start popping them back, the bullies stop messing with you. I learned how to fight early when I was a kid.
There's one thing
about they didn't want to mess with me.
About pain that we can feel. All right, I'm sorry, but today's people that can help, did they actually help? Not totally. Listen, I got a lot of stuff that has to do with violence in my life. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little trick here. Is that when you go see a psychologist or you go see therapists and all like that, you can give you all the tricks, medication, I don't give a shit, all the tations you want. But there is one way that I find out you can do all of that. That all definitely does help. But as a guy, I found that there is still one way that if you don't do this, there's still a little something that you got to get out, man. You got to take some gloves. Either it be winter gloves or boxing gloves or punching bag or wood. Like I got wood here up the yin yang. I mean, I live in the forest. All right. But you got to be able to exteriorize either the aggressivity or which is a little bit bad, the violence that is in you. All right. You got to know that we are bred from warriors. You have been taught to be a warrior and all of that, but there are some definite positives out of that. All right. Definite positives out of that. We are bred to be warriors. Just think about that. Shit, I was going somewhere with that. Damn it.
When in my early 20s, I had a job in construction doing demolition, and that was my most favorite job ever. Taking a sledgehammer against a wall.
Oh, there you go.
You know?
Yeah.
And
there you go.
It was like,
demolition.
I was like, I'm getting paid to do this. Ah, awesome. You know? Yeah. That was one of the coolest parts of construction. I was like,
there you go.
Wow.
So when you got a lot of anger that's out of you, that's in you as a guy, when you're like, you know, those moments, instead of, between you and me, okay, let's be honest. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, why do you do this, that you drink and that you go out? Like I try to look at myself in the mirror and ask myself the questions, because when I answer, I know if I'm lying or not. So if I don't tell the truth, I know. So if you know that if you drink too much and that you're going outside and then you're acting like a chicken, they're going to put you in a crazy box, or you're going to land up in jail or something like that.
Yeah. Fortunately, I either ran too fast or,
like you said, for a fight, there's a buildup, and generally things aren't feeling good. All right. When there's a buildup. So when you got all of this up here, all right, I present you this option to either take that sledgehammer on a tree, on a trunk. If you have felt violence again, or if you feel anger, take it out with a sledgehammer. If you have seen violence, physical violence, you've been bullied as a kid, hey, man, you're an adult. You need to let those punches out. But every punch that you give on those woods is a memory, a thought that you had of those kids punching you. Every time that I punch against a bag, I think about my brother that's beating up on me. Why? Because in my mind, I am liberating. And I'm getting rid of that pain and I'm giving it back to him. Like, I find that definitely helps to control. And it's a little thing that therapists don't necessarily say, but let out those punches. If you were bullied as a kid, I think we were all picked on because that's the way it went, and I picked on it. I picked on a kid too. And I don't have the chance. I can't remember his name, Christopher or something. He had a big nose anyways. If you're Christopher, you got a big nose. I'm sorry for picking on you when I was a child. But yeah, man, you got it in you. You got it in you. So if you got that anger, in you, you got to let it out. And also the other thing is that if you feel that you have violence that is in you, that's a different story. That's a different story. That's when you sit down with someone and you tell them what happened with the violence, and they make you accept what happened. The first thing is accepting. Like, I didn't know that I would, like, I've never actually thought of myself as a beat child, because my parents didn't beat me. My parents never beat me. My dad never laid a finger on me. He never had to. He had big fucking giant hands, man. Big
I got a story.
So
I got hit once, but that's another story for another time.
Go ahead.
But anyways, no. I'm trying to step out.
Can you see why I can talk this shit for 18 hours, 24 hours, nonstop? I can talk to you for 18 hours about having a comma in a sentence.
I'm with you. No. And I can reach you on Discord, right?
Yeah, on Discord.
Is that the easiest way to contact you outside?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I have it on my computer. I had it on my old phone. I don't think I have it on this one, though. Let me see, just to make sure. I think I might have to install Discord on my new phone just in case, because I always say I'm here for you guys. And of course, I got a couple of messages.
I'm just asking,
but nothing
important. Hey, you want to go live tomorrow night, or you want to go live later today, or whatever? I could throw that out Discord. To you.
Yeah, I'll send you my personal email also. I'll send you that. I'm always checking that. I'll leave you my name on Facebook. I'll leave you my name on Facebook.
You can get to me personally on Discord with the same name. Brandon of Palm Beach.
On Discord?
On Discord.
Yeah, I'll put Discord on my phone. And then
that's
let me put it right now. Let me install it right now. Just it's a new phone. I love my phone, man. I paid $130 for it, new at Walmart, Canadian. And it's just like an iPhone 16, guys. It's just like it. Maybe the quality of the camera ain't the same, but I love this phone. It's just better than an iPhone, man. I'm in love with my phone. So let me install.
I don't do the Apple. I don't know much about that. So.
Listen,
I got. Well, I think it's just me and you on here now. So, Grinder.
All right, I'm gonna get to the games. I'm on all night long.
Al, take it easy.
Oh
man.
my God.
No, you don't like that. I won't call you Al.
Well, it's just funny. It's just funny. It's just funny hearing myself being called Al. Like, what the hell? What's going on here? Hold on, give me a second. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. My dog needs to go. I don't know if you can hear him in the background.
No, I can't.
Next time I'll show you.
My room, my studio is actually like a room that's being renovated. Where
lucky you, man.
It's like a construction zone, you know.
Nice.
But
are you building it in Mines to have a gaming room, or?
No, this is my master bedroom that we've been working on. It just
okay.
It's the only room in the house where I'm away from the rest of the family because it's a construction zone. That's why there's such an echo, you know. But I turned it into my studio, my temporary studio while we're working on it, and I'll just throw my laptop in here. So
nice. Little bit of us time. Yeah, we still need that as guys. We need us time, and I'm here for that, buddy. I'm here for that, Brandon. I'm here for you, okay?
All right, bro.
Much
Take
love.
it easy.
Have a great night.
Hit me up on the Discord, and just we can send personal messages one-on-one.
And if you know people that are trying to get into the making videos or want to grow their channel, want to do this, they can take it, man. They can take it. Because I do live streams about this, but if someone wants to roll with the story, go ahead. Because I haven't contacted AP News yet, but I'm about
I think just what you and I were talking about earlier, you know, about before we went on my live, you know, when we were on your live. I think there's a lot of people that want to talk about, you know, just the fact that, you know, addiction, alcoholism, stuff like that.
There's a lot of reasons, man. Just to give you an idea, just before we go, when I think about the pain that I can have in my head, the things that I've seen, there's one of my members here, and he's actually a local, but he's part of our members. This guy has been with Romeo Dallaire, all right? He's a big Canadian colonel here, and he big wars, all right? His job for 6 months was literally taking people's body parts and shoveling them into a big truck, like these big square trucks, almost garbage trucks. That was his job for 6 months, guys. So we got all sorts of people that are living with ghosts, with mental torture. But you know what? We're still grinding it out. And that's why I need you to be there tomorrow. So you grind tonight, you grind tomorrow, and we're going to be here. And if you feel that urge and you don't want to, I'll be here to convince you not to. All right?
All right. Thanks, brother.
Hey,
it was a pleasure meeting you.
There you go, buddy. Click.
It's a pleasure meeting you one-on-one, man.
Oh, yeah, and we're not done. We're not done.
Munchies,
I'm here for you, my friend.
Munchies, we're just closing it out. Sorry. Thank you for coming
Munchies, oh, my God, he mentioned food. Oh, no, what am I going to do? Let's start their clothes. I don't have no money. I got bread. I'm okay.
Munchies is awesome. She does a cooking wheel where she has random ingredients every week.
Nice.
So she'll roll different, like a Wheel of Fortune kind of thing.
Hey,
it's got different ingredients on it, and then she cooks whatever the wheel says.
Nice. So she bases a recipe off of that one ingredient, basically.
It might have lamb. Like one of them was the last one that I saw was lamb chops. Lamb was and all the viewers put the ingredients on the wheel too, which is interesting. Okay. It was lamb, green Jello.
5 ingredients.
I forget what else it was. I think it was polenta. No, it wasn't polenta. I forgot what the other two were. But it was a starch or vegetable, you know. But she's a professional cook, so me being a professional cook, I love watching with it.
Munchie and Brendan, my dad used to cook a meal and say, I put a secret ingredient in here. And if someone can taste what it is and tell me what it is, you win the prize. But we knew what was in the cupboard and what was available. But he'd pull some good surprises on us. He'd bring something that was new or shit like that. He'd hide some stuff, and
I tried to end the stream 15 minutes ago.
You can't end it. You can never end a stream. Every time every time that you say that you want to stop a stream, that's when people come in.
Yep. Munchies.
That's why
I love. Hey, Grinder. Hey, you guys have a wonderful night. Check out Munchies. That's a cool channel. All right.
I'm gonna go check right away. Have a great night.
All right, you too, man.
Remember all the promises. All right, I'm here for you, buddy.
All right, take care.
See ya. All right, now how do we stop this thing? Okay.
Stream.
Okay, quitter le studio.